So, Erik atmet einmal tief durch, holt einmal kräftig Luft und dann holen wir den Gegner von ihm auf die Bühne. Der einzige Grieche hier in Hamburg, der es in das Hauptfeld geschafft hat, die aktuelle Nummer 67 der Welt. Er war letztes Wochenende in Frankfurt beim World Cup of Darts mit dabei. Er hat schon 3 Weltmeisterschaften gespielt, also ein Mann, der schon eine ganze Menge Erfahrungen mitbringt. Herzlich willkommen, The Deadly Rose, John Michael!
Well, even those with the emptiest of hearts and most calloused of souls cannot help but raise a smile to the spherical Athenian John Michael dancing around to Zorba the Greek. It's my big fat Greek dart player, the Deadly Rose, the record-breaking, history-making 14-time champion of Greece, taking on a man in his Euro Tour debut, Erik Tautfest. We've not seen him before. He has tried to qualify for a couple of Euro Tour events before, but this is the first one he's made. It's the penultimate game of the day here on day one of the Happy Bet European Darts match play. Tautfest v Michael for a place in the second round to face none other than the man who's dominated the European Tour so far in 2017, Peter Snakebite Wright, the number 2 seed. I'm Dan Dawson, Paul Nicholson alongside me in the commentary box for this one. The German hopes today lie solely with a man who has never played on a stage like this. Max Hopp came here, went 2-0 up and was beaten by Mike De Decker 6-2. Martin Schindler had Andy Hamilton right where he wanted him and was beaten in a deciding leg. And Mike Holtz looked like he was battering John Henderson.
Tautfest. Game on.
But Mike Holtz became the 3rd German to be knocked out. There's only one host nation qualifier remaining, and it's all down to Erik Tautfest to see if he can produce a shock and knock out
28.
John Michael.
Well, Mike Holtz got halted by some brilliant stuff from the big man, John Henderson.
80.
And immediately I look at the Erik Tautfest throw. He throws them very hard.
I was just about to say,
He
doesn't leave you wondering about whether it's going to reach the board, does he? My word.
140.
Not a bad start.
He was very enthusiastic, Erik, in the break between sessions. He was right on that stage to get a chance.
100.
And he did exactly the right thing. Get up there, get a feel for it. And it's good. We've got another fresh face on the European Tour.
81.
Another German possible superstar.
Well, you know what? His first 3 visits here haven't been bad at all, and his throw looks decent.
140.
He doesn't seem overawed. I mean, admittedly, you know, he's not used to this big stage. He actually walked on. I'm not sure if he actually caught it. He forgot to shake hands with all the officials. It's only after John Michael came up and did it, he realised and then went back and shook all their hands. It's one of those things that you just have to learn.
96. Erik
Get used to.
142.
He was evidently getting up there, focused on the game. It's the right way to be.
97. John, you require 93.
Wow, pressure.
Bullseye, maybe. 18. And Bull. Oh, he scared that.
Erik require 45.
Now, 13 for double 16 for the first leg. That's awkward. Got to move. Double 8.
29.
far away.
John Uruguay 25.
Well thrown darts, just not able to find the target. John Michael double 8 for the first leg. Double 4.
21.
Real chance for
Erik
Tautfest
Uruguay,
now to
16.
settle himself down. Yes,
Shots
and
the
there
first
it
leg,
is.
Erik
A
Tautfest.
break of throw, and the German goes into
Second
the
leg,
lead,
Erik
and we've
to
seen...
throw first. Game
Look,
on.
he's 28 years old, Tautfest, so he's not, he's not a kid. We saw Kenny Nayans earlier on, having made his debut on the Euro Tour a couple of years ago and getting done
45.
6-0. He was getting hammered by Stephen Bunting, and you could see that he was getting more and more frustrated because he just hadn't given himself at least a leg, hadn't hit a winning double. The fact that Tautfest has managed to do that in the very first leg, with a break of throw as well, hopefully that just lets him settle down and play, presumably,
100.
how he can to have reached this stage. I mean, he beat Bernd Royce 6-1, Manfred Builders 6-1, and Marvin Esser 6-1. I mean, he stormed
100.
through qualifying. He doesn't look overawed, though, does he?
He only did that 24 hours ago as well. So he's obviously brimming.
60.
And why not? And he could have had worse draws. I mean, John Michael's a sensational player. So much experience all around the world.
140.
But you've got to think it's someone that he can get his teeth into.
55.
I'll say it again, I wouldn't want to get in the way of his darts. And I've said for a while as well, it'd be nice to have a measurement of how hard people throw. You know how they have the measurements in cricket
96.
as to how fast the deliveries are? Who's got the hardest throw in the world? I'd love to see it.
He looks like he'd be a candidate.
95. John Uruguay 106.
Treble 18.
43.
Wow, doesn't
Erik
really
Uruguay,
help him. May only
146.
get one dart at a double if he returns, which he will.
57. John Uruguay 63.
These guys aren't messing about either. Good pace. 50 left. Got choices. He's going to go 10. The double top. Double top.
23.
That is literally
Erik Uruguay,
sitting on the wire.
89.
This would hurt. 20 in ball. Right in the middle of those two.
64.
Good effort.
John Uruguay 40.
Can John Michael get it in tops this time instead of sitting on the top wire? Yes, he can.
To the second leg, John Michael.
It's 1-1. John Michael
Third leg, John
gets to parity.
throw first.
We mentioned
Game
Erik
on.
Tautfest's route here. He had to play 3 games to get through. John Michael only 2. One against Daniele Petri, someone who we have seen on the European Tour. The first and only person from Italy who has played on the European Tour. And a great 6-5 win against Dimitri Vandenberg, who is never present on the European Tour.
60.
Yeah, playing some good darts, Dimitri. But as I say, you can't underestimate John Michael. I think he's a phenomenal player. He's phenomenally entertaining. But, I mean, he should
85.
have got through the first round of the World Championship. And he found himself leading 2-0 against Alan Norris. And was very,
60.
very close to closing out the game. Just couldn't get it done. And Norris came back at him. It almost seemed like fatigue seemed to set in for the Deadly Rose.
60.
One of the more colourful nicknames in world art. Certainly imaginative. I mean, it's not from the Northy, Chizzy, Quanny school of nicknames. Walshy, yeah. Not sure if we've got a nickname for Erik Tautfest.
Let's call him Eric for now.
That'll do.
41.
I'm not going to argue with him. He's about 3 foot taller than me.
100.
Look at the way that John Michael's darts go in. He's got the flexible points. And when it hits the board, just like that,
180.
it's not only effective, but look at it the next time it goes in. It looks like something out of Twin Peaks.
100. John Uruguay 12.
Something you just can't explain and can't understand. Double 3. Oh, hold on. Tautfest's got a chance now.
No score. Erik Uruguay 100.
Decided to bust on the bullseye. Still on. Not anymore.
40.
So to go into the lead for the first time, John Michael, having lost that opening leg. Double 6 is what he wants. Double 3 is what he wants again. Just over the top.
9.
Not quite that far over
Erik
the top.
requires 60.
Now, Tautfest. No bother with that first start getting in the way. Loads of room.
40.
Oh, well,
John
he didn't make use of it.
3.
Only one way you can take out 3. And
No
that's
score.
not it.
Erik required 20.
How many chances do you want, Erik?
He's sure to
That's the
third
only
leg.
one you
Erik
need.
Tautfest.
And that brings a
Fourth
smile
leg, Erik to
to
throw
the German's
first.
face and the
Game
crowd.
on.
John Michael's kicking himself.
58.
Mentioned the winner of this plays Peter Wright. John Michael gets through to the battle of the dancers.
Well, I mean, John Michael,
97.
he actually gets on quite well with Peter Wright, because you might remember Peter Wright was using darts very similar to John Michael's for a while, which he actually knocked up at home in his shed, because he liked this idea.
100.
The reason that John Michael uses these darts with the flexible points is that he believes that the flights will move
100.
out of the way, so you get fewer bounce outs. If you stick one in the treble 20, you stick another one in there, they'll sort of part like the Red Sea if you want to stick
47.
another one in there. Now, you know, it's a double-edged sword. Sometimes you stick one in the treble 1, you can use it and bounce into the treble 20. You don't get the benefit of that.
95.
But Peter Wright was inspired by those. He was having a good look at John Michael's, and that's what led him to go and knock up his own set at home.
77.
That's the sort of dart which John Michael's darts should avoid happening, where you catch the flight and it bounces straight back out. And you see here,
139.
no problems with just deflecting off the flight, still found the treble 20 bed.
Well, even though it doesn't happen to John Michael's darts, he will have loved the fact that Tautfest's
Oh,
on the floor.
85. John requires 70.
Treble 18 would have left double 8. Single 12 for tops.
30. Erik
He
requires
might get another
134.
visit, but it'll take a Herculean shot from Erik.
54. John requires 40.
Go 2-2.
Double 10. And there it
Shows
is.
the
Nobody can
full
hold their
flag.
throw in
John
this one.
Michael.
It's two-piece with 4
Fifth leg,
breaks
John
of
to
throw.
first.
Nobody's taken out
Game
more
on.
than 40.
I've noticed as well that it's quite warm in here this evening, and the flexible points that he's using are very thin.
86.
And when it gets hot, the dartboards get soft. And John Michael's darts are going in quite far, taking all of the point with them.
96.
I mean, usually in a colder atmosphere, you would see more of his point there.
58.
Yeah, you do wonder with the fact that they do have that give either way, whether that detracts from the thing of blocking up a whole lot of the bed. But
140.
I mean, you're talking very, very fine margins here.
It's a game of millimetres,
It is.
and we love it.
Well, there you go. That's
Five.
that point made absolutely plain by John Michael, who has missed his target by a couple of millimetres in every sense, and he's come away with a score of 5 when it could have been a ton. But it means that he is miles back, 225 points back.
Usually hit a 180 after that.
140.
That was
Erik
close.
127.
67 left. Is he going to go for it?
93.
Why not?
Maybe he just likes double 17.
Well, who knows? We're still learning about Erik Tautfest. We've already learned that he likes double 16. If he had
140.
45 left earlier and went
34.
13 for double 16, so that's evidently his preferred
He
route.
shows a
But
good
double
flag.
17
Erik
seems to
Tautfest.
work well for him. So it's yet another break of
Sixth
throw.
leg,
And
Erik to throw first.
once again,
Game on.
here on the opening day of the Happy Bet European Darts Match Play, we have an odd game of darts. It's just been an odd day.
You know what it is? Erik Tautfest's
99.
approach to match play darts is very much like my brother's approach to golf. Erik's approach to darts is get up, see it, hit it. My brother's approach is
100.
ball, stick, hole.
Right. Don't
simple.
overcomplicate things.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
57.
The only people who overcomplicate sport are us, the players, and the journalists, and the fans.
121.
I like it though. I think he's watchable.
It's all right.
140.
It's a pretty solid debut, this, from Tautfest. I mean, it's not spectacular, but he's holding his own
49.
against a very, he's a seasoned campaigner, John Michael, as we've said.
60.
Good thing about him, he's mentioned that he's in his late 20s. Seems like a mature fella.
60.
This experience is going to do wonders for his confidence and what he wants to do in future. Oh, he went for treble 19 for double 14. He's got a realistic opportunity here
85.
of going 4-2 up against a great player in John Michael.
Yeah, the first hold of throw here for Erik Tautfest would be huge. It'd just give him a little bit of breathing space that maybe he could relax a little bit. But I'm not sure John Michael's going to make it easy for him. He's certainly not. Yeah, leaves himself double 16. Now then, Tautfest, 2 darts for a 4-2 lead. A little bit close to the treble 20. Wants to stay out of the way of that. It's a big javelin of a dart he's got. And you can see he maybe caught a bit of it. And he takes out the double 10, so it does not matter. It is 4-2 to Tautfest on the most unlikely of the 4 host nation qualifiers. We had the top 2 in Germany in Hopp and Schindler, as well as Mike Holtz, the man from Hamburg, who received some vociferous support here in the hall. It is Erik Tautfest, who may be the Germans' best hope
99.
of booking a place in round 2, and it may be one of the very few times that Peter Snakebite Wright plays in Germany and doesn't have the crowd with him. Although it has to be said, the crowd have not really done a great deal to help Tautfest in this game. Maybe they don't recognise, do they not know he's a German?
60.
Tell you what, if he gets through, they will.
Oh, we'll see. If we get to the closing stages of this one and Tautfest is in with a realistic chance
60.
of claiming the victory, I would expect this to get a little bit lively. Maybe they've just shouted themselves hoarse with Adrian Lewis threatening to do 9 darters left, right and centre.
Absolutely right, Dan. They're still recovering from the last game, and so am I.
Oh. I think Adrian Lewis probably will
60.
be for some time to come.
Tautfest is battering this 60.
180.
Now the crowd get involved. They realise, oh, he's German. We want him to win. We don't want the Greek guy to win. We better start piping up here.
Wow.
137.
Not going away in this leg, but this for a break of throw and a 5-2 lead. What a dart. What a couple of visits. 5 perfect darts in a row from Erik Tautfest. He is one away from a debut win on the European Tour against the 14-time national champion of Greece, John Michael.
He has got potential,
58.
this lad, I think. No nonsense dart player, gets up and does it. It doesn't look like he can be ruffled either.
140.
But John Michael's not going to go without a fight, we know that.
Well, what has he got left, John Michael? Because, I mean, his average is in the high 70s. I mean, this is not good from John Michael. We know how well he can play. We've seen him average in the high 90s and pushing a ton. He's a very, very dangerous player, but it's just not happened for John Michael so far this evening. And Erik Tautfest has taken advantage.
100.
And look, we have seen host nation qualifiers on the European Tour over the years that we've been doing it, who've turned up and they've played their debut game, and it almost, against an established
60.
player, the established player could have thrown any average he wanted. Whether it was 100 or 80, it would have been enough, because they just could not deal with the occasion. It is very tough with these Euro Tour
45.
crowds, which are massive and noisy. Some of them just really, really struggle. Tautfest, he's like he's playing with his slippers on at home on the practice court.
85.
He's just gone about his business. And there was no massive celebration with the 180, no massive celebration when he followed it with 2 perfect darts to check out.
98.
It's like he's playing with a
Joining
T-shirt
record,
on that says
116.
bothered question mark.
Well, he may not even realise he's about to win the match, potentially. Well, he might not now.
80.
A chance. Tautfest,
Erik
100
100.
points for a debut win on the European Tour. It's a great dart.
80.
Oh, 2 match darts missed by the
Joining record,
German.
36.
I think those 2 doubles were the best order that the Germans have had
Aim shot in the 8th leg. John
to win a
Michael.
match. But it's got to go back to square one in this leg.
Well, look, we saw Chris Dobie miss 4 match darts and lose earlier. We saw Antonio Alcinas do exactly the same, miss 4 match darts and lose to
Ninth leg,
Marco
John
Kenselli.
Tautfest.
And Martin Schindler, one of the other host
Game on.
nation qualifiers, missed 2 match darts in his game with Andy the Hammer Hamilton. Erik Tautfest has just missed a couple. Will he get any more?
100.
Because Michael has the throw here. He would have the throw in an 11th leg.
Well, in these situations, we do find out what people are made of,
59.
especially debutants. He's missed a couple of match darts. How will that affect his game?
121.
You know for a fact that John Michael's going to pile the pressure on now.
Well, if he starts believing, if he thinks that this guy can't get over the line,
140.
that will give him a big boost. And this is better from John Michael. Leaves himself 140 after 3 visits to the board.
Tautfest there.
58.
We know that the
Joining record,
mathematics
140.
need a little bit of work. 302, you've got to go 18s first.
Well, very high here. Yeah.
100.
Well away from the treble 20 that would have busted his score. Leaves himself double top John Michael to close that gap to 5-4.
85. John Erik
Reminder,
40.
he survived 2 match darts for a 6-2 defeat. But that makes it 5-4.
John Michael. 10th leg Erik Tautfest. Game on.
This is the leg, isn't it?
This is the leg.
Oh, what a first dart.
Oh my
Oh,
word.
what a second dart.
120.
What a recovery.
Well, an honorary 180, but unfortunately you don't get any more points than the 120 that was stuck in the board.
85.
Important last dart from John Michael there, but advantage Tautfest. Deutschland, Deutschland started to be
60.
sung around the hall, but they've still not really bought into this, the German crowd in this one. It's very puzzling, I have to say. They don't usually need much excuse to start going
83.
balmy when one of the host nation qualifiers takes the stage, let alone when they're on the verge of victory.
Wasn't wearing a Brazil shirt earlier, was he?
Oh, I don't know.
96.
Doing all right in this leg. John Michael has got to find 60s, and he's got to find them fast. Oh,
140.
brilliant. Back in there is Erik. Just thinking about it a little, or a good adjustment maybe.
100.
Well, the 125. What a way it would be to win on your debut on the European
58.
Tour. Just the
Erik
58 from John Michael
125.
suggests Tautfest may get 2 visits here. He may only need the 1. He may only need the 1. Oh my word!
94. John Erik 135.
Well, he would have been talking about that down the cafe for a while. That bullseye's had some hammer. It might get another hammer if we get the 60. Oh, Tautfest coming back.
99.
This crowd is silent.
Erik
Erik Tautfest
31.
can win this match. 3 darts in hand. And he likes double 12. First time in the match, he stepped back. He realises the enormity of the situation. And what does he do?
7.
He has a couple of flyers.
John
Yeah,
Erik 36.
wild ones. 5 match darts missed now. And John Michael to take us all the way. He'd have to throw in the decider. That's a 4. Down to the bottom left of the board for double 16 and misses outside. And Tautfest gets more match darts.
Erik
He has missed a total of
24.
5. Can the debutant get over the line? Double 6. Still double 6.
12.
shaking like a leaf. And a bump of the fist. There's some sympathy there from John Michael. He knows he is a very lucky little Greek man right now. But he has to seize that luck and make the most of it and pin this double 16.
Got a feel with a shake of the head behind John Michael. If John Michael can hit this, which he has, he now has a great chance of winning this match. Another apology.
11 from the final leg, John.
Is that the look of a beaten man? How do you pick yourself up off the canvas? George Nova's having the time of his life. How does he do this? Tautfest.
Well, George Noble's been refereeing a long time, and sometimes you think you've seen it all, but darts continues to give.
46.
John Michael is all over this now. It's got the air of the Premier League final. The missed darts from Peter Wright.
120.
The second time Erik Tautfest has gone 60, bounce out the 60 and stuck another in the 60. It is absolutely brutal.
100.
Another 60 points, he would have had more match darts earlier in the game. Another 60 points here and he would be in a much better position. But these are wild.
97.
And great dart to recover. He is not completely out of this. John Michael has missed he's missed 20 darts at double in this match. There's no guarantee.
60.
But you get the feeling if Tautfest does get more match darts, he may as well just close his eyes and fling it in the general direction. He's got as much chance of it going in.
58. John Erik 141.
He's got 6 darts from 141. Can do it in 3. Might do it in 3 for the match. Does it in 3 for the match.
And the match.
What a weird game of darts we've just witnessed. Erik Tautfest had so many chances to win, but it's John Michael who goes through, and he will play Dancing Peter Wright tomorrow night, Dan Dawson.
How has that happened? John Michael wins the last 4 legs on the spin. He survived 8 match darts, 8 from the debutant, Erik Tautfest, who could not get over the finishing line. And in a game full of missed doubles, Michael takes out the 1-4-1 for victory. You thought the 1-4-1 for the 9-darter would have been special tonight. That one was just weird. John Michael into the second round. There's one more spot available. Former Lakeside World Champion Christian Kist takes on the original Kyle Anderson to round off the evening here with a Happy Bet European Darts match play. I want to know what my big fat Greek dart player has got to say about that.
What's in there? Ah. Da waren die Ohrstöpsel ein bisschen zu tief eingetaucht. John, congratulations. That was a very close one.
Yeah, it's very close. I saw it Erik yesterday. He's playing 12 darts, 13 darts, and you have a little bit of nervous. I don't know, and I don't say nothing for Erik. Erik is playing very hard, and all the best for the future. I said to Erik, he's young and have a future.
How was the World Cup of Darts playing for your home country? Is it really different?
Yeah, of course. If you play your country, it's very different, and your heart is very high, and you can't play with a low tone. It's incredible. Yeah.
Tomorrow there will be a totally different match. Peter Wright is your opponent.
Yeah,
there will be a party here going on.
Yeah. It's my friend. I don't have a problem with him. I play my darts. I hope play very better from today. Yeah. And we'll see.
We will see.
Who knows?
That's right. Thank you very much. John Michael.